So all of these responsibilities are not going to drown because I'm sitting at the ad hoc committee. I've got a duty to all of this, including a duty to wear a hoodie and go to a school and watch my kids playing a play. I wanted to have a father do that to me. I never had it. And I'm going to do that to my children. That which I longed when I was a father, I will do it for my kids. And no animal is going to stand between me and my children. No one. Because when it comes to my children, I've got a duty.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Controversial Podcast. In today's episode, we'll be talking about the Economic Freedom Fighters leader Julius Malema. Julius Malema had a press conference yesterday and he spoke about why he couldn't grill Shadrack Sibiya, the suspended Deputy National Commissioner under crime detection. He made excuses. He said, no, I have other activities. He's a family man. I know the EFF supporters right now will be very angry and they'll be on the comment section, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. He's now making excuses. I have family duties. When my kids are playing at school, I have to attend. And we're talking about October, November here. If you're a parent, you know that around October, November, kids are writing exams, whether it's primary or high school. Kids at that time are not playing, they're busy writing exams. I don't think people will question that because Malema is just trying to make excuses, like lame excuses. Around that time, kids are busy writing exams. So I don't understand which play can take place at that time. Shadrack Sibiya appeared somewhere around 15 October. But again, since it's CIC has spoken, nobody's going to question that, especially the EFF people. It's not only Shadrack Sibiya. Julius Malema couldn't question Bheki Cele. Secondly, he was absent when Castle Matele, because Castle Matele and Malema are friends. So I don't think people should trust Julius Malema. And it's not only that. Julius Malema was mentioned in the Madlanga Commission. We heard that at the Madlanga Commission that Julius Malema is friends with Shadrack Sibiya. There was this other guy, I think it's Zinxumalo, and they have a really solid relationship with Khan. You remember that audio that was played at the ad hoc committee where Senzo Mchunu said, I'm scared because the provincial commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal, General Mkhwanazi, is threatening me. And they played that audio and he was exposed, not the other way around. General Mkhwanazi stated that Khan has a very good relationship with the EFF and we've seen him attending that event. So you can see that Malema has dodgy friends. It's very important when you're a politician to protect your reputation, but our politicians are not doing that. He also spoke about the issue of Umkhonto weSizwe in KwaZulu-Natal. The Umkhonto weSizwe party is planning to put a motion of no confidence on the IFP premier. I'm talking about Thami Ntuli in KwaZulu-Natal. They don't want that premier, and all of a sudden Julius Malema is going to support the Umkhonto weSizwe party. Malema has been insulting the Umkhonto weSizwe party, like he even called the MK party people dogs. All of a sudden he has changed his tune. He's now supporting the Umkhonto weSizwe party. I mean, it's not a leader that you can really trust. Today he's with these people, tomorrow no, I'm no longer supporting those people. He even said people will say now I'm flip-flopping because I'm supporting the Umkhonto weSizwe party. You made an example about the DA, blah blah blah, where the DA raised a motion of no confidence on President Jacob Zuma and they voted with the DA, even though they differ in terms of ideology, but they voted with the DA because it made sense. It's a superior logic according to him. I don't see anything superior logic about the EFF because today you are saying this, tomorrow you will be changing. Imagine if Julius Malema were to be president. He will change everything, even though he's like, I'm a communist, government should own the land. He's always changing. I feel like Julius Malema is just an opportunist, and I've always stated that I'm not going to change my views on that one. He was busy praising the Nigeria. Hey, Nigeria has a good food. They ate there at Unugu. I'm suspecting that those guys even gave Julius Malema money, just to save the reputation of Nigeria, because we know Nigeria is not a country that likes to respect the law. Even people from Nigeria who are immigrants here in South Africa, others are into powder, others are into human trafficking. So that would be a story for another day. If I was Umkhonto weSizwe Party, I wasn't going to trust Malema, because on Monday he can say something else. He can say, no, I'm no longer supporting the Umkhonto weSizwe Party. One thing that he was right though about Umkhonto weSizwe Party doesn't have a structure, they don't have a system in place, they can't decide, they just have to go to Jacob Zuma, they have to go to Nkandla before they can make any decision. He is right about that. Remember when they got about 45 or 46% in KwaZulu-Natal in 2024? They were like, no, we're waiting for Jacob Zuma. Silindile ubaba. For what reason? Instead of forming a coalition, instead of negotiating with the Inkatha Freedom Party, because you said you don't believe in DA, because you needed like few votes in order for you to run that province, because you only needed like about 4% or 5% so that you can run that province. But no, you didn't do that. All of you were waiting for Jacob Zuma. Why would you wait on a man that is very old? It shows that you didn't even have a system, because these are the things that you were supposed to discuss before the elections. So what happens if we win? If we don't get the majority, what's going to happen? Who are we going to negotiate with? You didn't do that. Then the IFP, DA, ANC took that province because of his stupidity. And I don't think people will vote in numbers for Umkhonto weSizwe Party on the next elections, because they've been firing the leadership like there's no tomorrow. Judge John Hlophe is no longer there. He was suspended. We know maybe that guy just decided to leave that party. Like, what the heck? President Zuma was supposed to support Judge John Hlophe. I understand that apparently he was asking as favors from Colin Makhubele. It's just allegations, it's just speculations, or should I put it, it's just rumors, okay? Don't quote me on that one. Same thing with Zuma. Zuma has been accused of rape. Why he didn't support Judge John Hlophe? Because that judge was impeached because of Zuma. Zuma should be ashamed, honestly. Judge John Hlophe was impeached just because he said, "Sisithembele nina." Because that statement, you can actually interpret it in two ways, and it was just a grapevine. I don't understand why he was impeached because of a grapevine. I'm just going to put it that way. I don't understand why. Clearly, they wanted this guy gone because he was talking about land distribution, land without compensation. So they used that against him, because he can say "Sisithembele kunina" to do the right thing, not necessarily to be on Jacob Zuma's side, because at that time Jacob Zuma was the president of this country. And I remember the former Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, when he retired, he said, when they asked him about Judge John Hlophe, he was kind of regretting. He was like, maybe we should have done things differently. Maybe we're supposed to solve that. If you are a judge in South Africa, you are settled for life. You're still going to get your salary even if you are no longer working. So Judge John Hlophe is no longer a judge. He was impeached. He's no longer getting a salary for defending Jacob Zuma. Jacob Zuma, what does he do? He also chased away Judge John Hlophe, of which is wrong. So I don't know. Let me know on the comment section. Please comment, like, share this video. Bye. See you on the next episode.